GrandSlamOfCurling.com. Let's rock.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the RockShop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the Rip Berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos.
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made your way.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Fourth or fifth finger here on this one.
I'm kidding. Hello and welcome to the Saville Shootout here at the Saville Center in Edmonton, Alberta. Round robin action today between Team Serena Grey Withers and Team Myla Plett in their first game of the day here in Edmonton. Marty Thompson, Terry Corbin with you on the broadcast. Welcome aboard. And Terry, as we were just mentioning there off camera, two of Canada's top young teams playing on ice that they should know quite well, both being from the area, and they're both really rounding into some early season form. It should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of watching this Serena Grey Withers team. They're as you mentioned to me. So I'm kind of stealing your thunder here that they won the U25 Next Gen last week. So this will be my first look at them. And certainly Myla Plett, I've seen a little bit, but you're right. Two young teams. Curling in Canada is in such good shape, in my opinion.
Yes, it's one of those where the teams that are competing, if you know your stuff, you know that these teams have loads of potential and are certainly on the come up, but just waiting to obviously break through to that sort of national championship Briar Scotties type field. So we see some skip stones coming here. This would be Team Myla Plett throwing the yellow stones. Allie Askew getting her second in here, looking for the guard to protect the other yellow stone. And as mentioned, Team Grey Withers, certainly a great start to the season, their first event, taking that championship, and they won the Best of the West last spring as well, something that you could have watched via Curling Stadium. And that was the first ever event win as a team. Yeah, one of the rising stars for sure, both these sides are.
Yeah. Well, and so for so long, I mean, you know, you had really, in my opinion, you had two, maybe three teams, the same three, same two, battling it out for a trip to the Scotties. And again, the Scotties was so predictable, the field really. And now I just feel it's wide open.
Yeah, and that's all you can really hope for in the sport, is that there's a good pathway and a good pipeline of quality athletes. And especially in the case of both these teams, you know, we were mentioning earlier yesterday on the broadcast, you know, having access to the facility here at the Saville Center. I mean, this is year-round ice. Yeah. You know, it's something that athletes across the country certainly would be really wishing for themselves, but there's certainly a big advantage to having that, and committing to themselves as a team is another big element. I think for Serena Grey Withers' side specifically, you know, they went to the World University Games. They're competing quite a while. They have a big schedule coming up. Myla Plett, I mean, they won not only the U18 but the World Canadian Juniors last year. So they have you know, certainly a lot of runway and a lot of reasons to commit together as a team. And the resources, as mentioned, at the Saville Center certainly help.
Yeah, for sure. And I like the fact that, you know, I think what the Curl Canada is doing everything to, kind of promote these young teams that U25 next gen. It's keeping a lot of teams at that age group involved at that elite level, and certainly giving teams qualifying spots for the Scotties Tournament of Hearts allows some of the bigger names to have spots and leave spots open for these younger teams.
So Team Serena Grey Withers throwing the red stones, just trying to knock that yellow rock out of play and come in behind. Looks like they were successful in doing that. They do have the hammer in this first end, winning the draw to the button. Local here, both Edmonton teams. Really a lot of experience on this ice. We've seen a few teams get just a little fooled by how the ice has been reacting to hits specifically. So something to watch out for. It looks like they're maybe floating a little bit more on teams than expected. Watching that, but these are obviously two veteran teams that have to read ice quite well. So we see Team Plett here trying to split the rings, and it looks like they're going to come up just short. That could be something that Grey Withers could end up using to their advantage here with the hammer.
Yes, certainly. I mean, it will act as a corner guard, and if they get to use it, for sure.
Stone coming in here. Lindsay Burgess throwing second stones for this team. The import, they're East Coaster. A big carve needed. Can they get just a slice? It looks like they will.
Yeah.
That is quite the sweep. And can they drag it across? They are pretty close. Not a bad result for this team, as those Reds don't look too primed for a double, but it'll be certainly something this Team Plett side is going to attempt. Quite a carve on the outside to get that rock just over and really save that shot. Listen, that one with a bit of weight here, also tempting, trying to throw across the center line. It looks like they're going to get a pretty big chunk of this red stone, and it will roll. So another chance here for Team Serena Grey Withers, now up to vice stones with Catherine Clifford to split the house again, and maybe even get behind that guard. Looks like that's possible as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to roll away from the red stone. So you obviously, and as we look at it, you want to roll to the right, create a lot of separation there. But again, if it's me, I mean, I'm only looking really to just cross the center line. I'm not wanting to allow my opposition here to, if I get a super roll around the corner guard, to kind of freeze down to me like this, but it's
not a bad spot as that comes to rest in the 12-foot. Good line call there from Grey Withers, pretty much right out of her vice's hands. Now, what do you sort of see here for Myla Plett as she weighs her options?
Yeah, I mean, you almost got to come around. It's which one are you coming around? That one that she just tapped there looks like it suits the eye best if you're in the hack throwing it, but I would be tempted to come around my own, but
Team Plett already 2-1 in this event so far. Win against Kate Cameron. Certainly a big one for this side. Did lose to the Chinese team Wang 9-6 earlier. Just going to see exactly how much curl they get inside out. As you see, it did just cross center line, and it's got a ways to go. They're keeping it straight. Some really good movement on this Yellowstone. And an excellent shot here from Melissa Nedowin.
Yeah, that one just fits the eye so well.
Certainly no other choice here for Grey Withers but to sort of chase down. Come right down to that Yellowstone. See just how much it bumped the red. It's really in a secure spot, Terry.
It is. I mean, that was needed for sure.
Just approaching Skip Stones here at the Saville Shootout. As mentioned, these teams halfway through their round robin. Playoffs start tomorrow. This will be Kathleen Clifford's second shot. Throwing vice stones for this team. Certainly a tighter line. Quite a bit more weight. You see really digging in on the sweep. Got room on the guard. And that's some decent movement just to sort of take control of that stagger of stones as Myla Plett now weighs her options to skip.
Yeah. She's almost kind of, I think, forced to come down to that again.
Yeah, you certainly can't leave it open because if that was ever exposed for this Grey Withers team, it's a pretty easy tap out to sit in a pretty good place with not only your shot stone, but obviously to count in the red that's on the other side.
That's right.
This has to be pretty precise too. If there's a little chip off of it, or if Grey Withers is able to get a kind of 2-for-1 where they remove this yellow stone and tap it back, they could be in real trouble.
Yeah.
As mentioned, this team won the Canadian Juniors last spring, going 10-0 in the event in Quebec, and had won the U18 championships before that. They were semifinalists at that U25 Next Gen Classic that Grey Withers had won just last week. All thanks to Myla Plett here throwing these last two stones and calling the game for this team. We're going to see just how wide this rock comes, and it's already breaking.
Yeah. It's just a question of weight. They're really going hard on this. It's going to over curl. Well, it wouldn't have over curled had they had the correct weight. So now it's just a kind of a question. Where are we sitting in terms of second shot? Who is second shot?
So between Grey Withers and Clifford here, just assessing to sort of try to come to the edge of the 4-foot. Yeah, this is a good angle here. It's tough to tell. But perhaps they're willing to just sort of focus on getting a 2. Call to now come inside out along the other side. Grey Withers getting set to throw her first of 2. She also won the mixed doubles championship at the U25 Next Gen. Victor Petrangelo. That's quite a team between the two of them.
Yes.
chance to put some pressure on here for this team that curls out of the Saville Center here in Edmonton. Maybe no shortage of friends and family here this weekend, and a nice treat for this team to be able to play another event here locally. Something to watch for too. Both teams certainly will know the ice pretty well. Has to curl just a bit.
Yeah.
A really nice scrub here from Lindsay.
Yeah, well judged, well judged.
So what else do you see here from Team Plett other than trying to attack this redstone? I guess you maybe want to try to come under or just try to hit and roll open.
Well, I mean, if it was on the other side, you know that there's enough curl that you could probably, even you could probably get easily to the nose. But I laugh as I say easily. But at this level, you expect them to make those shots. I think they're going to call the freeze. I mean, the biggest difficulty for Team Plett is that she's got to make this, Grey Withers. She's got to make this good. Otherwise, is she playing down to the red one?
It does look like that, yeah. Just kind of following that redstone back and just freezing right on it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, always going to be a difficult shot, but especially this early in the game. I know they just saw their opponents throw a rock down this path, but still a really clutch shot here for Myla Plett's last in this first end.
Yeah, because you could be giving up 3 real easy, and that's not the way you want to start this game. This thing's got a long way to curl.
So keeping on this, though, making sure it stays straight, but it will might be just a little bump, eh?
Yeah.
It will roll open, so an open hit for 3, it looks like.
Yeah.
Open hit for 3. Yeah, certainly a tough break here for Myla and this team. Really forced to be awfully precise in the first end of this game, but credit to Grey Withers. They have put the pressure on and certainly earned this opportunity for a 3 spot in the first end.
Yeah, the real key there was in trying to ensure with Myla's first one that they got shot rock. They didn't. They came up short.
So Serena Grey Withers settles into the hack. Chance to really take control of this game early on. Again, they're 1-1 so far at the Saville Shootout, chasing a playoff spot here. Final stone in the first end. Looks like a nice control weight hit here from this team out of the Saville Center. Carve is on to beat the center line, but it looks like they are in pretty good position to take their 3, and they will. So put 3 up on the board here for Team Grey Withers. We will be right back for the second end.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The
2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
And welcome back to the Saville Shootout, Saville Center here in Edmonton. We just saw on the first end there, Terry, a nice 3-spot here for this local side, and a team that's really been playing well early on in the season. And I think this first end just is a continuation of that.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Myla Plett, they had an opportunity to, kind of somewhat get out of that end. Just didn't execute. And when you're, when you're expecting good things to happen, you've got to make sure that you're very precise on your weights, and the sweepers need to judge rocks and communicate that. And just a little off. I mean, that Myla didn't miss that last shot of hers. Weight-wise, they just didn't get it in the right position as far as the line was concerned. Well, this is a little bit of a mistake too, going in the rings.
It's a smidge deep there from Aliescu on Myla Plett's side, and something to attack here for Zoe Cinnamon, throwing lead stones from Cochrane, Alberta. A classic lead hit. I was calling a game yesterday with our producer Rory, and we almost saw a lead double, which really got us both excited, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's you don't always see those, and actually that's Zoe will go somehow through the uprights on that hit. That's too bad, but another something that you're like, oh, that's kind of rare to see. But yeah, the lead double, folks, if you ever get the chance to throw one, I'd recommend it. But you have to play, as someone who's played lead for a long time, you have to play a lot of lead to even get a chance to do that. So Chloe Fadouk throwing second stones here for this team. I apologize, still Aliescu. Now a chance to protect that stone, so not quite a corner guard. Just want to get to the 4-foot line, and it looks like that will settle down in a decent spot. Will be slightly exposed though.
Oh yeah, that's very accessible.
So chance for Serena Gray Withers to create a pretty good setup here. A nice little hit and roll across the center line would do wonders. Lindsay Burgess throwing second stones.
Her chin's right under the rock. I mean that's a good thing. I think I always used to tell the players that I was coaching, the more the rock's under your nose, the more you're have to be sliding in a straight line, because I mean you get the rock outside your shoulder, and then it just seems to be used a lot of times for even balance. So
yeah, it's if you're able to have that mobility as a young curler, it's just a good way to see the game. You get that different, you can actually physically see things in a way that perhaps as a younger curler you can latch on to, I guess, per se, as you're learning the sport.
Like there, her nose is right under the middle of the rock, and I think that's just really good form.
My apologies. This is Chloe Fadouk throwing second stones here for Team Plett.
Trying to capitalize on a miss from Great Withers' team.
Yeah, tricky spots coming inside out down this path, and yeah, suddenly after a couple misses, Team Plett, who does have the hammer, looking in a decent spot and forcing Burgess to throw some decent weight. It's funny, we're just mentioning her delivery and how low she is. It really, her delivery is just so similar to her cousin Carly Burgess. Just has that same sort of, that little sort of tuck, mini tuck style.
Yeah.
Good chance to move some yellow granite, and they will get fooled now on the other side to peel the guard out. Place the guard here from Myla Plett, I guess is the call. Yeah, you just see where Plett's broom is as they come across center line. There's certainly not as much curl
That's right.
across center as we had seen even in the other end. You just sort of see, just as Chloe's sliding past, you know, we were seeing rocks certainly sail well past the center line, go almost towards the 12-foot. But of course, as we can see, this is a board sheet. Could impact things. This looks like a good correction on line from this team. It will sail just a little deep, but yeah, that maybe is lined up.
I think the triple could be there.
Serena Gray Withers willing to get a second opinion on what she sees with this stagger of yellow stones to the left.
Yeah.
So Cinnamon is coming down to take a look. What do you think the discussion is? Is it worth it? Is it there? I mean,
I think it's definitely there. I mean, I when I first looked at it, I said, you know what, all four of them could go. I don't think so.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you hit this just a little on the high side. I think they're you're gonna catch enough of that yellow one that's shot rock and spill them all three of them.
Catherine Clifford here, dealing her first of two.
Yeah, what a smooth delivery that is.
And will they go? They will not, but the two are split off pretty nicely.
I think she'd hit that a little thicker.
So now Myla Plett trying to get a deuce out of this end.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of important, you know. Let's get our deuce and play another end here. And I know she's. I always believe that, you know, you got, it's more of a team shot, you know, when you're drawing, and I think, you know, it's easier to put a rock where you want it when you're drawing as opposed to, you know, hitting rocks.
Alyssa Nedowin. Her first of two is the vice.
Yeah, this is going to have to curl. Oh, there it goes.
And it will roll quite nicely, it looks like. That does appear to be a pretty difficult double. but certainly something this team, Serena Grey Withers, will not back away from.
Yes, I mean, I know we don't have a overhead view there, but it looks like that double is there.
I think it just based off the line here, just trying to take a thick part of it. And I guess if you rolled that shooter over, it's still a decent result. And it looks like that will be what happens. Oh, they made the double. Nice shot there by Catherine Clifford. Takes control of this end, and now Team Plett forced. Looks like, oh, what a great double. It's a really good look at it here.
Yeah.
Good sweep to keep this straight. Really needed to get that thin part of it, and they called it right away.
And that rock was moving.
It certainly was. Some great shots so far in this game. So we now see Team Plett try to force play to the wings as they look for a miss here to try to get a couple points back. As mentioned, Team Grey Withers up 3-0 after a nice 3 spot in the first end. Really well executed and from them, and as you can see from that double, still executing the shots here through the second. Bunch of other games happening here at the Saville Center. 10 sheets across all, but a few women's games, as you can sort of see from the corner of your screen. We have Caitlin Laws in play. They're up 1-0 over Nancy Hansen. Selena Sturmey also in action, blanking their first end against Unimura of Japan. Tabitha Peterson up 3-0 against Jessie Hunkin. Try to keep you posted as these games continue. Scores available, of course, curlingzone.com. It looks like this team will not get fooled with that outside ice. As mentioned, Grey Withers playing at the Saville Center, knowing the ice quite well. Always worth it to get someone to throw towards the board, though, Terry. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And this will be Team Plett's final game of the round robin. As mentioned, they went 2-1 to the first 3 games. 5-1 win over Soslinski, and then a 6-4 win over Kate Cameron.
Yeah, Kate's 0-2.
Yeah, losses to both of these teams here playing today. It looked like the Serena Withers game. I hadn't watched it, but I know that they gave up. They gave up a series of steals at the end. I think it was steal of 1, steal of 2, steal of 3. So maybe not the best game from that Kate Cameron team. That's of course, as we know, is one of the best in the country for sure. But it appears that the other game here against Team Plett was a little tighter on the margin side, but also Team Wang is top of the group right now. Team out of China, they've played quite well. Lots of great teams at this event too. Carrie Anderson's not playing in this draw, but she's off to a strong start at 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Laws is 2-0. Like, I mean, and Gim is 2-0 from Korea. I mean, the usual suspects are at the top.
So final stone here for the team throwing red rocks. Up 3, poised for a blank. And they will get that rock just to hang around to give Myla Plett something to hit.
Yeah, I always think that's so important to force the team that's trying to blank to actually throw and make the blank versus a throw through for the blank.
Still some precision needed and still to the outside of the sheet. You never quite know, even on a last stone. I know sometimes this sport can feel like a formality as blanks go, but the shots still need to be made. Final stone of the end here from Myla Plett, seeking the blank.
Yeah, she's got to kind of keep her chin up and, not let the events that have occurred so far interfere with kind of her emotional state and stick with the game plan. I mean, yes, you're down 3-0, but Team Grey Withers made a good double to, get out of the end. So it's only the third end, so you still have the hammer.
That's right. We will be back with the third end after the blank.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Good.
Hello and welcome back to the third end of action here from the Saville Center. Team Grey Withers up 3-0 after that 3 spot in the first, a blank in the second. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you. And I know, Terry, just before the break there, you mentioned the mental sort of side of the game, especially from Team Plett. Giving up a 3-ender is never easy, of course, in the sport. Happens in the first end, you can maybe get around it, but obviously the mental battle and trying to sort of reframe the game is quite crucial at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, and I think I really only mentioned it because Myla Plett just looked to me like she was a little dejected there, going down to throw that last rock for the blank. Now that may just be her normal posturing. I don't know because I've not seen her play, but it just looked like she was a little on the downside.
There's certainly a consideration there, and these athletes have, as we mentioned, quite a bit of resources available to them, but
oh yeah,
you know, it is such a massive part of this game, and playing something that is, you know, can be so stressful at times. It can be such a mental hurdle, to sort of harness that part of your game and to use it to your advantage. So
Yes, I mean you want to make sure that you know you're making good decisions, and it's very easy to let the emotions creep in and feel like, you know, you're being hard done by and all that stuff. Been there, done that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I know you want to think a couple of shots ahead, but it really is kind of, you know, let's make one shot here, and then let's make another shot, and stay as present as you possibly can.
it's a chance here for Team Plett.
This is curling hard,
but this one will also over curl here. We mentioned just how it seemed like coming towards the glass, they weren't curling a whole lot, but especially the first end, which we're seeing now in the third, the same framing of the sheet, we did see rocks curl quite a bit. So something to watch out for both these teams.
Yeah.
Team Great Withers at a peculiar position here, Terry. I guess you want to try to protect what you have here. You have a rock in the top four.
Yeah, I mean, again, the rock that's a little bit dangerous here for, excuse me, her opposition is that the one on the center line. Team Plett could run that one in quite easily. Again, I say quite easily. I mean, I think at this level, you know, you got to assume that you're going to kind of call your strategy based on the premise that your opposition is going to make shots. Look at this thing carve.
Small bump on that red stone, and that's a really interesting spacing there with these red stones. Team Plett might have to go after it, but seems like there might be a chance for a jam too, and yeah, that might be the way you do it.
I think so. I mean, certainly, I guess at some point you're hoping that, you know, you can utilize that yellow rock by bumping it into the rings. But while it's there, I mean, you never know. You've just bumped theirs into the ring. Maybe they'll bump yours into the ring.
Yeah, right.
Not intentionally, but.
Here's Chloe Fadouk. Little inside-out hit here. This looks pretty solid. It's a decent little roll off the red as it gears away. So yellow is sitting the one, but we do see Grey Withers attempting, the team anyways, attempting to just try to come underneath. This could really put some pressure on, because just with how low that guard is, it might be tempting for a run back depending on how this end progresses.
Yeah, and you know, even where that red rock rolled, I mean, it didn't roll in a good spot, you know, for Myla Plett, because if she ever decided that she had to come around that kind of corner guard, I mean, not only will it be accessible by the same route that she would go to get it there, it's also going to be available on the other side in terms of slashing the red one maybe in. This is a good shot. I think Myla's going to be forced to maybe make a play on that with the yellow.
Quick little communication there with Burgess, just to refine a few things.
roll the shooter over. Yeah.
It's kind of what you see, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you could hit, I don't know, 3/4 of a rock, the stone you're running in is going to roll off and over to towards that side, and your shooter will roll there as well to that side. So you could potentially, be sitting second shot under cover.
In turn here from Chloe Faduk, the Edmonton native.
Looked like a little better release this time, but
Ooh, just skinnied it, and the yellow will sadly be exposed really close tolerance-wise to making that shot a couple of different ways, Terry, because if they got the thicker part of that red, it might have just rolled buried behind the corner, yeah. Tough break. Now, it does look like that yellow stone is just above the tee line.
Yeah.
Catherine Clifford's first Canada's flag bearer at the University Games. 17 when she did that last year.
Wow.
Keep this straight and push it across. And it'll be sitting top 4 just about, so maybe something that Myla Plett could use.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, rolling under, she has, she's going to leave Gray Withers that run back on her own rock into the shot rock. But at this point, I mean, she's looking to, I think, at this stage, I mean, she's got to make sure she scores.
This rock is really curling too.
Yeah.
A little wreck off this yellow.
Roll over and get the red top one on the, no.
So a bundle of red stones remain. Now, what's worth protecting here for Serena Gray Weathers, do you think?
That one.
Easy. Enough said. You got it. 10 out of 10. So Clifford settles in.
Yeah, I like the way she throws the rock.
Yes, you have a really healthy extension for sure. So really coming in. It does look wide, so they're looking to carve it over.
Yeah, the finish here is so good.
And a really smart call to start carving that early just to make sure that it did get across. And it overcurls slightly, but it's not the worst result. I kind of like where that is because you might end up actually forcing Team Plett to come away that they maybe haven't seen as much. I think you do have to get in there, don't you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks like she called back 4, back 8.
It's the out-turn heavy draw here. Alyssa Nedowin.
There it goes.
You can carve it now because you've got room on that red. You want to get as much of that stone as you can, and they will. Really nice placement on that yellow stone.
Yeah.
Bit of an end saver there from Alyssa Nedowin.
Yeah, you're up 3-0. You don't need to be greedy and think about removing that yellow to sit 3 or 4.
It's a really veteran call, I think, considering where they are in the game, Terry. Just protect it, and, you know, who knows that Myla Plett might end up having to chase, might try to find a way to do something, and then if it's such a high risk shot that they may give you something that makes a little more sense to try to get after that yellow stone.
Yeah, and I think, you know, ultimately, you know, when you're talking about where would you like this rock, I think, you know, you don't need to, you know, cross the center line at all. In fact, I think if you leave it on this side of center, the broom side of center is just is you know, ultimately that's fine. I mean, I don't know what Myla does.
First of 2 here from the skipper, Serena Gray Withers.
This is as far as we've been out, and ultimately now I think it's just a question of letting it die.
And not keen to carve it. Looks like it's maybe up on weight, but they will successfully plug that hole. A little stagger there too, just for fun. So that is interesting. You see Alyssa Nedwin looking for that shot, that little hit and roll. Now, that guard, as you can see from the right side of your screen, is quite high, but that is quite a difficult shot to get that nice roll underneath.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think, obviously, I think it's there. You'll have to hit it very thin anyway, and as you say, that guard's quite a ways up. But if you're looking at running something in, I mean, I suppose if you've got a nose hit on the one that was just thrown, make the double, and you stay right there.
Yeah, right. You give something for later. Yep, that makes sense. So do the double that's off the top of the house.
Yeah.
And then have your shooter as something, just so she's lining it up there. Have the shooter for later.
Yeah. I mean, and you never know. I mean, if you leave it there, you know, maybe Serena has a mental lapse and, you know, tries to make her own double. And, I mean, there's a lot to be said that, you know, some skips really like those doubles. And when you start believing that you can make anything and everything, you sometimes, you know, get sucked into making a poor decision.
You sort of mentioned the mental game there from Team Plett. Well, you know, Team Gray Withers is certainly playing with a lot of confidence, but still anybody can miss. So try to set yourself up here for your last. Myla Plett looking for the double and leaving that shooter high in the rings for potentially a big shot here on her last. It is really curling on them, though. They don't want to wreck on that, and they will wreck.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's tricky. Do you think they'll be greedy? I don't think so, but it's tempting for sure.
Well, I mean, I would think she might take a run at this just because, you know, it's not like she's running a rock in of Team Plett's into the rings or anything like that. This is just a straight like peel and go. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, guarding everything is certainly an option.
So I think, the consideration there from Serena just discussing what a jam looks like at the back, if all, because that is certainly not a good scenario if they do jam, because Team Plett would have a potentially an open hit for 2. But you're right, just the straight peel, focus on the line. They certainly know the hits down this path.
Yeah, the cardinal rule is, don't help the other team, and I guess you could argue you're helping the other team by taking making a throw at this, but um, like I say, the guard she could have guarded this as well, and I don't think that's a wrong shot. I think by just peeling and going, you're going to leave. For argument's sake, you're going to leave Plett maybe an easier shot. She just plays the same kind of shot that Serena's playing, but
Final stone here for Grey Withers, a chance to put some pressure on, and they will rip that one out. So now Team Plett forced to a draw for a single or a hit, I guess now that's exposed.
Yeah, she's going to have to hit that.
Got a chance to correct a little bit on that line. So another well-executed end here for Grey Withers' team as they, again, continue just to really put the pressure on here in this third end.
Yeah.
So Team Plett settles in here. Another hit this time, looking to score rather than blank on her last. This team from Edmonton looking to continue their winning ways here. 2-1 so far. They lose that game against China, but looking to close out the round robin with a win and book a spot in the playoffs. Chloe Faduk keeping this straight pretty early, but it looks like the line has settled out and they will come in to take their 1 point. So make it 3-1 after 3. We will be back with the fourth end from the Saville Shootout after these messages.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Holman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
One or two, I can't remember. Hello and welcome back. The fourth end here at the Saville Shootout. Grey Withers 3, Team Plett 1 after that single. Terry, it's really hard not to focus on this so far, I think, through the first 3 ends, but this Grey Withers team, top to bottom, has played quite well, and it's really just applied the pressure through those last 2 stones to really ensure some really good shapes and some really good positions through the skips.
Yeah, the good news is Myla Plett and her team have got on the scoreboard, down, however, 3-1 without the hammer. But I'd really like to see, a little bit more energy out of Team Plett.
Lead stone there from Zoe Zinnemann. Sails looks like just behind the button. Something for Myla to work with. Just taking a look at some other scores around the sheets here at the Saville Shootout. Lots of high-scoring games. Tabitha Peterson up now 5-2 on Jessie Hunkin. after scoring a 3 and 2 spot. Kate Cameron up 3-1 over Slinsky. That's a bit of a rebound game for her, as we mentioned, losing to both the teams out on the ice here that we're watching now. Oh, my apologies. That game's now 3-3. Just refreshed on me. So that's, again, I was telling you, lots of high-scoring games. That's certainly true. Caitlin Law is down 3-1 to Nancy Henson as well, giving up a 3 spot in the second end. Again, these are games you can watch all across this network. Not every game has commentary, though, so grateful to be here for a game that's certainly, when you look at these groups and the standings, that these are two of Canada's most exciting young teams, and to get matched up against each other so like for like in many respects, it's certainly a treat to watch.
Yeah, now that you mentioned behind the glass, I mean, it does look like the individuals you spoke of.
I like that. We'll leave it as a mystery for
that's
for
right.
the audience.
That's right.
Leave it for if you look behind the glass there might be two individuals who have maybe won a few things in this sport in their time, yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy to put it together. I like that idea. That's nice, Terry. Just kind of like a little lead the audience, you know?
Yeah.
So Grey Withers again in a position with a decent shape in the forefoot and lots of red stones, and really forcing Plett here to come up with something nice through the second stones here. With Chloe Faduk settling in. Certainly she hasn't had a lot to shoot at in this game, just been some difficult situations, but good communication here from the sweepers there, Netawin.
Yeah.
Maybe deciding just to sort of nuzzle up to that yellow stone, and they will.
I think that's a good shot now. Yeah, I was going to say, now Serena can't run fast enough to get up to peel this guard.
Lindsay Burgess settles in here. It's a really nice look at her delivery. We mentioned just that nice set, really good add to it, and makes no mistake on the peel. Go ahead and put it in chat if you can figure out who's behind the glass. I'll keep an eye on that.
Marty has a prize for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll find something. I'll find something. Might just be a baked good or something, but I'll certainly keep you posted. Chloe with the chances to put that guard back up. And I really think that's how this end's going to progress for the next little bit, Terry, just sort of ensuring that they can maintain this advantage at the front of the house.
Yeah, because I mean, if you just, I guess, say pretended you were Plett now, I mean, you could run those two, or you could run that yellow one that's in the top 8 foot into the pile, and both those reds go the way they're set up. So you wouldn't. I don't think you want to be in a hurry if you're Myla to advance the end of quicker than it's already going.
Mm-hmm.
Another guard. Yeah.
So as you mentioned, Team Plett, this will be their final game of the round robin here. But Serena Grey Withers with one more game on the docket. They play tonight, 8:45 local time against Amanda Zaflinski. And that'll wrap up their pool play in draw 8. And the quarterfinals get started tomorrow morning, 8:30 local time. And the final for both men's and women's slated for 3:30 p.m. local time. Certainly would not be surprised to see one of these teams make a deep run.
Yeah, I mean, that's come in too deep. I mean, now it gives Grey Withers an opportunity to make the double on the one on the center line and the one closest to it, and it's kind of unfortunate.
I guess they'd keep the shooter in a decent spot too if they just nose it right. It would still be in the front. Catherine Clifford been pretty good on the hits today. This one coming right down the gut. Zoe Cinnamon keeping this straight pretty much all the way. Now, will they get the double the other way? They will.
They do.
Oh, maybe just. So that yellow did stick around. But this spacing maybe isn't the worst for Grey Withers right now because there's no double. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that's better for her.
Definitely a change in trajectory for this end, Terry.
Yeah, this really does turn things all around. It's like a 360.
So Alyssa Nedwin and the rest of her team coming down to talk to the skipper. So are the options just to try to come to that one that's buried or just remove that other one? Like, yeah, remove that redstone. Was that the options?
I mean, you could, I guess. I mean, it's we're down to 3. You got 3 rocks left, and I mean, you're on one level trying to avoid, giving up a deuce or more. So, I mean, that enters into the, I guess, the decision making. But, just the way things are going. I mean, I just get the feeling like Plett's got to come up and, make a really good shot. I mean, one of her options are tapping that yellow one up a bit and hopefully, you entice Grey Withers to make a mistake and jam, because those 2 red rocks that are currently in play and are the property and ownership of Grey Withers teams. I mean, if you look where they're placed as this rock comes into play, I mean, they are both behind the tee line. And I know, you might say, well, but I mean, they are behind the tee line. And I think now and this is where I guess I'm thinking like, so this is where, if you could entice kind of Team Grey Withers to, make a run at that double, could potentially go back on your own.
Yeah. Smart.
But she's not biting.
So Clifford shifting gears here. No, sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, Catherine Clifford shifting gears here with something that's looks like maybe just sort of protecting this, just coming in.
Yeah, they're coming in. They're really going to try and force Plett into a really difficult shot. And, I mean, she's only got 2 bricks left, so.
Just mentioned at the start of this end, really the story of the game is just how much red-handled granite has been in and around the 8-foot, and this is just another example from the get-go in this end, just rocks in ugly positions for the other team to deal with.
Look at this. This is top button. Jeez. Real good. Real good.
Just about perfect.
Yeah, because it's jamming on that back one all day.
Yeah, so I guess that, but they maybe have to do that, do they?
Well, yeah, I mean, where that ended up, that's pretty good. And kudos to the sweepers and their judgment on that rock.
Yeah, something really just both teams have been, their front ends have just been so good at communicating, obviously the thirds as well, but just so good at communicating weight and line. You just never see a quiet moment out there from either sweeper, which you just love to see. So going after this little double rip in the front, I guess the game itself, even though it is 3-1, you know, the game itself certainly is lending itself to this kind of shot, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, 2 bricks, you know, to their 2 bricks, and they're sitting 3. I don't know what that outturn draw looks like from the hack, but this is nothing like.
Oof, nearly made that
wow
rip. So that was agonizingly close to really changing things.
Yeah,
but that they did get a good outcome with that
That's
Yellowstone
right.
in the top 4, right?
Exactly. Because now she's in a position, you know, with that guarded rock. I mean, okay, we can split hairs. It's 3/4 guarded, but I mean, what you see, I almost like what she's looking at, but you're gonna punch potentially that into the red one if you chase the yellow rock on the 4-foot. I was just wondering initially if you could just peel that guard, but throw the intern on the left side of the rock. I'd be so tempted to play that.
But instead, it looks like trying to come in here on the board side of the sheet.
Yeah.
Lots of room here as well. I guess the tolerance is to be just a smidge wider. Yeah, still lots of pressure because there's.
Oh yeah.
I think the kicker with this shot is you could put it in a couple different spots, and it really doesn't change the difficulty for Myla Plett and her last. It's still going to be quite a difficult shot to try to get out of this.
Well, and I think, you know, the way she's playing this, which again is really smart. I mean, where are you going to put this that, you know, you could use it on your next one if you had to? Because I think what they're playing is like right to the, you know, button. But it's light.
Brims on right away there. Zoe Cinnamon couldn't quite drag it far enough, but it does manage to overlap there.
Yeah, I don't like that part, but.
So they have the draw.
Yep.
Would they ever just try to just pick out that red stone at the back and sit 1?
Well, I guess down 3-1. I'm playing the top on the yellow probably. I think it curls enough there that you know, you can almost, you know, get you can get 3/4 of that rock.
So perhaps for the first time in the game, Myla Plett skips stones here, not under a whole whack of pressure, has something that she knows she can make quite well and apply pressure on their opponents. Down 3-1 here, heading into the fourth end break with a chance to take one.
Yeah, I just think, kind of this shot, she may not end up shot.
It's got to be pretty precise for sure.
Yeah, and then it leaves Gray Withers with a drop or two, but
sweepers down right away now. The Gray Withers on her first was also a little fooled with the weight. This looks a little healthier though. Can they get by that red? They will.
Well, this is a great shot.
And it lands
it's
just behind.
Yeah, it did stop. Yes, great shot.
That is shot stone in a really difficult one here for Serena to deal with. I don't know if you could see much of that, maybe a little bit. Surely pretty tough to get rid of.
I think she has to follow her down.
We did see how much room that Yellowstone had on that red 3 guard. Could they get away with maybe tapping it just a little bit? Maybe not, but it does need to go far.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way it curls, it's accessible, but I mean, by playing this, there's almost zero risk of giving her 2.
So final stone here in the fourth end. Serena Gray Withers steering her team to this 3-1 lead thus far.
What a shot by Myla.
Yeah, super clutch. Coming right in. Making their opponent skip. Have to make something good here. So final stone in the fourth end here for this team out of the Saville Center at the Saville Center. Serena Gray Withers settles in. A bit of pressure on. So we Cinnamon right away with that broom down now. This is perhaps a little bit wider pass. You see Burgess now trying to bring this over. That is running pretty wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it will not be enough. So maybe just an extra set there from Serena Gray Withers.
Yeah.
A steal of 1 here for Team Plett going into halftime. We will be right back with the fifth end after this quick commercial break.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
So a bit of a lifeline here for Team Plett in the fourth end. They're now down 3-2 against Team Grey Withers. They do have the hammer, though, as well as the lead coming into the fifth end. Welcome to the Saville Shootout at the Saville Center here in Edmonton, Alberta. My name is Marty Thompson. Terry Corbin is with you as well on this broadcast. Terry, I know we mentioned just how well Grey Withers had played, but kind of just let Team Plett back in there, especially in the latter half of that end, and gave them a chance to get their one.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's a 3-2 curling game, to be honest. And so this is again where I'd like to see a little bit more energy from Team Plett, but they're right in this thing. That end was not looking great. Then it was looking really good. Then it was not looking good, and then Myla pulls off a great shot on her last one, and boom! I mean, Serena Grey Withers is unable to match that shot, and sometimes again, you only have to make one shot an end if it's your last one.
That's certainly correct, as we see Team Plett electing for that two-guard up the gut style.
Yeah.
And Grey Withers again looking to come underneath. So very similar to that last end, but perhaps just a slightly different makeup.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, just watching, again, the game that's unfolding, I mean, I just get the sense that Team Grey Withers, they're comfortable with rocks in play, like, and for a lot of times for younger teams, I mean, they actually, think and play more defensively than offensively, but this team seems to, go at your throat every end. Like, look at this, that's well executed. Lots of talk between the two sweepers coming down the ice. And
kind of had that in my notes before the game. This is a team that plays a lot out of this facility, and they had a really strong end of the season last year, a really strong start to this season. It was just sort of a question of, despite the fact that maybe being 1-1 is not where they thought they'd be at this point, just how confident were they going to be? How aggressive were they going to be in this game? And I think, through the first four ends, the answer is very.
Yeah, like I'm quite impressed at how confident they look and how comfortable they look with rocks in play.
Certainly just a good assessment of their own game and what their strengths and weaknesses are, because there's certainly lots of strengths in how they've played these ends rather. Meantime, Myla Plett just trying to apply a little bit of pressure by putting a stone there in the top 12, as we see this Grey Withers team electing to start removing these guards. Lindsay Burgess settles in here. There's a great angle. Just coming to get that top stone out of the way, and they will. So now Chloe Feduk with the shot. Sorry, my apologies, just to put the guard back up.
No, I was just going to say, this is where, I like to see skips at this, this young, go up and let the sweepers as well as the thrower know exactly where, she wants the guard. Like, I guess what I am saying is I don't like, up, just, guard, or, pointing like just up the ice there. I really like it when the skip will go up and pat the ice with the broom exactly where they want it.
Yeah, there's something to obviously this sport of specificity and getting the players to sort of buy into that, and also understanding the tolerance too. I think when ultimately you're saying a guard's good, a guard is good, and they want to sort of say, hey, look, there's some tolerance, and we're not looking for perfection, but at the same time, I think athletes can certainly understand that there certainly is a cadence to the sport and how the shots are made. So it looks like maybe a bit of a change in strategy. Is that right? It looked like maybe a hack waiter to try to get rid of this redstone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're trying to remove it or just get it behind the tee line, but I don't mind this.
So Chloe Fadouk with a chance to throw. Again, just that nice little hack waiter and try to keep, I think, quite crucially, some yellow stones in the front of the house as well. There's a really nice chance to just sort of punch this one out and keep a decent little stagger in the front.
Yeah, I mean, you want to control the front of the rings. Well, they were. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I can't quite tell if that was the exact desired outcome, based off of the stagger guards and some of the reactions you just saw, that it's not an ideal scenario.
Yeah.
It's a difficult outcome for this team as we now head into Vice Stones for them, and Alyssa Nedwin heading back down the ice to get set. So Lindsay Burgess with the double peel lined up for her there to get rid of both these yellow stones. Running nice and wide. Looks like it'll come back just enough. Oh, it will not.
One.
Oof. Looks like they were pretty keen on that curling back, but it just didn't get the movement they wanted. So a bit of a lifeline here for Team Plett. Now, do they do something similar again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether she didn't throw that last one that she. Well, it wasn't her that threw it, but certainly Alyssa is being asked to, I think, play the same shot that Chloe played.
It's just that little hack waiter. This looks like it has a little bit more weight. Aliascu just keeping the broom down right away, making sure it has the pace that it needs, and it certainly will. And it just kicks that yellow stone just a little bit off to the right as we see it.
Mm-hmm.
And changing the shape a little bit here for Gray Withers. Interesting, they elect to take that top one, but obviously some risk in that. Well, that is the call here. As Catherine Clifford gets set. Take out that rock in the top 12 and have your shooter roll to be likely third shot. Looking to help this over just a bit. How big of a roll is it? It's a nice one, actually, as it will hang around just around the middle of that dark ring on the outside. There is the double, it looks like, at least how they're intimating. Maybe not. Looks pretty flat.
Yeah. Ooh. That just seems like all or nothing.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting. So hitting the yellow onto the red.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you do manage to stick that right, have your shooter roll, could be quite a good outcome here in the fifth end. Alyssa Nedwin throwing third stones for this team. I see Plett immediately calling to keep it straight. Where's this going to go?
Well, not the desired outcome.
Just a dead nose, so not a whole lot to show from that shot, and it does give this Grey Withers team a chance to really get good separation in the rings and sit 3.
Mm-hmm.
And have one in the top as well. Try to protect this one that's in the 4-foot, just biting the 4-foot, I should say.
Yeah, it just seemed to be an all-in shot, and I mean, I don't think that was required at this stage of the end.
Yeah, really tough situation. Clifford's second shot at the end here. Really good management of the stone here. Last second carve. Can they get some decent movement off of it? Oh, that is a really well executed team shot. No easy double off the 2 stones there up the middle of the ice. And really the pressure's back on Myla Plett for skip stones.
Yeah, she may have to play that in-turn draw around everything. Even if you go a little bit, back 4.
Yeah, just try to get away from this lineup of stones.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of anything on the outturn side there.
Are they just seeing to just hit that and then have a rock roll, but then they could just so easily hit your shooter? Like, let's say you just ticked that one in the top 12, your shooter rolls open wide on the outturn side, and you have less to hide behind, right? If you had your last draw, if you needed to come to the back 4 or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you play that. I think you play that in turn. Try and utilize everything that's in play. Play that in turn and try and get it back 4. She comes on top of you, and then you hopefully have enough room to come on top of her. But yeah, I'm playing that all day, I think.
So it looks like that's the decision. This in-turn come around.
Yeah. And the sweepers the key here is the sweepers need to know that, you can take this behind the tee line if you have to. I mean, the more separation you have between the running rock when it stops and that one of Grey Withers on the top, biting the top of the 4-foot, I think the better off you are.
Lots of pressure again on this young skip. 2-1 so far at the Saville Shootout. Big shot required to come around. Try to rescue another difficult end.
Yeah, see, sweepers, I think, need to be down on this and communicating between the two of them where they think this is, because priority is getting by the top one, which they just did, and then the next one, which they just did, and then the next one. Oh, she did. She's got it. Nice shot. Wow. How good is that?
What a beautiful shot that is from Myla Plett. Got it in her back pocket. Excellent execution on that draw.
Watch this. It's really starting to move. The sweepers are doing everything that they can to get it by the top one, then the second one, then the third one.
And just about the right height they wanted to. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like just behind the tee line. I don't think you could have placed that any better, and really puts the decision making prowess of Serena down. Now, are they sort of seeing a come down to that?
I don't know, because she never tapped anything, but I mean, I don't know whether she's trying to tap that one on the top of the 4-foot but I mean, look, we've even got a smile out of both of them. Wow.
Yeah, that's certainly a shot to be proud of, and a really well executed. I mean, I know you mentioned the sweepers already, but they just managed that, I thought, really well, and I'm sure they'll be smiling as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't exactly see what the call was, but I think you're probably right by that, Terry. Just sort of pushing that red stone out and trying to make that yellow that Myla just threw just a little bit more exposed, because it's really hard for Team Grey Withers, despite how good that shot is, to not still put the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and really try to activate some of these red stones.
Oh yeah.
Could be a big end on still.
There it
walk
goes.
out here,
It's starting to go.
So they want to get as much of that redstone as
Got
they
to get
can.
it by. Oh, they let it tick.
Well, I mean, that yellow is still accessible by tapping that red back, so not the worst case scenario, honestly.
I know, but I think I want to say they had that.
Hopping on a rock to carve it. Sometimes you just really need to cheat. You're in a position where it's like, we just need to go. We just need to do it. And sometimes, hindsight's 20/20 when you're out of that position. But yeah, I mean,
I'm just going to say, this is where, all four players need to be really aware of where is it that they want this rock ideally. If you're walking it down, where do you want it placed? And do you want this, halfway? Do you want it tight? Do you want it on the center? Like, you just need to communicate that to everybody.
Final stone here for the skipper, looking to protect that one lonely yellow stone in just behind the pin, actually, just behind the tee line. It's been the story of the game for her and her team, just having lots of red stones to shoot against. Now in a position to really end up protecting one of your own.
Yeah, and I think you want to hold this out there as long as you can. Yeah, this is, I don't think, going to be what she wanted. I might have stayed on that and tried to bounce it a bit, but because I think that's still there. But she may elect to play the in off it as well.
So yeah, that's kind of my first thought too. Is you mentioned the all or nothing shot, but this is certainly worth the risk for this team. You make this, you are scoring 4 if you stick it right. Really big shot here for Serena Grey Withers as they look to really put this game to bed. And I know you mentioned the score not necessarily reflecting how the two teams have played and some of the outcomes we've seen, but this is just another example. You could tie this game or you could really ice it. Massive shot here for Grey Withers.
Yeah, I mean, again, as difficult as this shot is, I mean, she wastes no time. I'm so impressed with, how confident they seem to be. There's just that air about them.
She's got the confidence. Final stone here, in turn, shooting towards the boards. In off, chance to score a bundle.
No.
And it will not move the way they expect to actually hit the other red stone. So Team Plett with another stolen point, make it 3-3 as we go into the sixth end.
Routine steal.
Yeah, exactly. We will be right back with the sixth after this.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsocktickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hello and welcome back to the Saville Shootout at the Saville Center here in Edmonton. Round robin action between Team Serena Gray Withers and Team Myla Plett. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you on the broadcast, and what an end to that that last frame there. Team Plett getting another steal of one to tie this game up, but Team Gray Withers does have the hammer now in the sixth, and again in the eighth, as we know, having the hammer in the even ends is so crucial. But really would want to have another crack at that Hail Mary shot last end to really ice the game, right?
Yeah, what a boring draw six we're experiencing here, Marty. This has had a lot of everything, but certainly the last two shots that Myla Plett has thrown, one in the fifth, or one in the fourth, one in the fifth, they're her last rocks. They've been just two beauties.
Yeah, managing to keep her team in the game.
Oh, yes.
Some clutch shots.
Yes.
And, you know, I think it was maybe the start of the fourth, just mentioning how Gray Withers managed to put so many red stones just in and around the rings. And that was really the story of the game. And it still was up until up into the fifth end, just continuing to keep the pressure on. Meantime, Team Plett here, that second stone sailing towards the back. This could really change the complexion. We did a game yesterday, Terry, when we were just talking about how much, you know, the lead stones are impacting the game more and more now with the 5 rock rule, and how you can really start to see ends progress based off of even this shot, right? We can already start to see new outcomes coming. And just how crucial, I guess, those lead stones are now.
Yeah, I mean, we were having this discussion not too long ago about, you know, at one point with the 5 rock rule, it was like, you throw it, you know, just short. I'll throw it in. You lob one in on mine. I'll lob one in on yours. You lob one in on mine. And who's going to blink first? But I mean, this is with that, you know, not being allowed to play the tick either. So the lead rocks have just become so much more important than they ever had. you get good at making the tick shot, and they come up with a new rule. The placement is everything now with those lead rocks. I mean, I can remember, back in junior when I was playing, it was like, okay, whoever's the worst thrower is playing lead, and the best hitter was playing second, and then the two people at the back end were just the two that either got along the best or they were, real good friends, and they're starting their own team type of deal. But at this level, it's so critical, because you can sit and have your in between end chats about how you want to play this end, and if the first one doesn't get placed where you want it, or you need it, I mean, it can just impact the whole, the whole end. That isn't a very good outcome there. I don't know what the call was, but yeah, that wasn't good.
So yellow just booted back through the house. Now, Gray Withers eyeing this up. It's pretty good setup here in the 4-foot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm ripping that. I'm ripping that yellow guard.
Between two minds here, it looks like they're electing to split the rings. Now, what's the pros and cons to that, Terry? I guess you're maybe forcing Team Plett to do something a little bit more difficult if you do that.
Well, I don't think you are. I mean, the rock that's always going to hurt you, I think, is the that guard. I mean, you rip, what's she doing? I mean, she's not playing the double.
Right. So it looks like maybe just trying to come into their own bundle.
Yeah, they
Is
are.
that, huh. We just mentioned how aggressive this team plays, and they've really been excelling at that here in this game, and I'm sure other times in the event, but it's another big shot, a big opportunity to continue to put the pressure on, especially if it's made.
Well, I just think, the way, kind of they're playing, kind of, I mean, it's not set up right now, but I mean, Myla only has to make, kind of that one shot an end, which she's been making to keep her team in. But, so now you knows that one that just got thrown. I mean, I don't know that if it's going back on your yellow, but I don't think at this stage it's going to matter that much. And you just get an inside roll, and now it's starting to look like a couple of ends, the last two ends where Myla can throw a draw around everything.
And it has to be a consideration for this team, just how well Myla is throwing, and clearly has her draw weight down. Really nice attempt to do a hit or something a little more difficult. Chloe Fadouk.
Yeah.
With a big bundle of red stones to hit. Now, how much is this rock going to curl? It will crash on the guard.
That is probably the worst outcome that could have happened for her. She just did Gray Withers shot for her.
It just looked like maybe just didn't get wide enough. Maybe didn't have the set the way that she wanted. Difficult. Meantime, I guess Team Gray Withers could just put a red stone right back up there and just be in the same position but have red instead of yellow. I think a little spoiled for choice here. Like this is a really nice bundle. I think you just got to somehow protect it.
I think she's coming in again. Oh no, okay. I was just gonna say, her initial thought was coming right in again.
Yeah, we've seen lots of discussion in this game, especially from Team Grey Withers, but I think that just comes down to, Terry, just how aggressive they've been playing. And, I think especially through the second and third and the lead a little bit too through Team Plett, they have been getting some misses. So there's an opportunity for them to just sort of say, hey, like we need to really reset and think about what's our best chance, to really even apply more pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So the low guard protecting against, I guess, trying to make either double difficult, but trying to cover at least half of both of those stones there that we just see in the front. Burgess settles in here.
Yeah, there might even be a triple off of those.
Yeah. Hard to say. Well, Team Grey Withers would like to not find out if there is a triple.
That's right, yeah.
Protect against these really nice 3 stones they have here in the forefoot. Aggressive play, just need to get over that last hurdle. Line really key on the shot, just making sure it stays wide. Looks like it's sailing in a little bit on them. And it will come right in the bundle. So, I mean, I guess you're protecting the one at the back 4, but or in the forefoot rather, but that is quite the little bundle they have here.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So would your first instinct would be just hit that nose one, just get rid of 2, and then have your shooter just sitting in the 8-foot, I guess? I guess so, right? I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're going to be sitting 2 after you play if you throw that. Because you're never removing the back one. And
big shot here from Alyssa Nedwin. Remove some of these stones. Big extension there. Nice positive release, making sure to just find the dead middle of this red stone. They will overcurl slightly, but they will do the job.
yeah, it's probably as good as it was going to get.
So they're just going to chip off that yellow stone and just try to poke it loose a little bit.
It looks like it, yeah.
Catherine Clifford coming on the intern. This team has really read the ice well in this game too, save for maybe that last in off the Grey Withers had, although that was certainly a difficult shot, difficult line. Oh, that is pretty precise, isn't it? Wow.
I think you're almost forced to play the red double.
So taking that one on the 8-foot first. And coming in.
The 2 that are closest together, I think, trying to make that double and roll the shooter towards the red one, the other red one. I'm just assuming that they're pretty close together. You could. No, I guess you can't make the triple because the back red one on the closest to the tee goes back onto the yellow one. I'd be playing the double on the two closest together.
Yeah, because if you do jam, then you're in the same position you were before, where you do have a yellow stone that's in the front. Man, they have certainly had some really difficult sets here.
Mm-hmm.
Just lots of ugly angles. There's been very few, if any, really nice natural doubles for this team. Listen, Edwin, big weight again here.
But you know, I mean, that to the point of great shot, sitting two, lovely, unbelievable. But you know, just quickly, I want to make this point. Like that's what happens, you know, when you group the rocks together, like Gray Withers' team decided to do.
Yeah, especially adding that third one into the bundle. Yeah, I take your point for sure. And then obviously the fourth one ran deep. We do have a little camera issue there, but you did see an incredible near triple there from this team. Yeah, really changed the trajectory of this end. You make a really good point, and I guess replaying this end, you know, peeling that guard, and that's certainly a nice option as well. But it's tough. You're complimenting a team on being certainly ultra aggressive, but you know it comes with its flaws for sure.
Well, like I said before, like this does not feel like a 3-3 game in a lot of respects. But at the same time, I mean, you know, Team Plett's just kind of, for lack of better words, just plugged away at this. And you know, made a really good last shot in the fourth end, made a pistol in the fifth end, and here we are in the sixth end, and you know, what optically looked like, oh, this is going really good for Serena Gray Withers and her team. Look at that, there's four in the rings, they're sitting four. I mean, now basically 4 shots later, you're looking at Team Plett to making a takeout to sit 3.
Yeah, it's how the fortunes can certainly change. But there's been a few shots that Plett has had on her last 2 stones that have been pretty easy, but this one is going to be another tricky one where we've seen some misplays online out here. We just saw one there as well from Team Gray Withers, but this looks like no mistake from the young skip. And yeah, I mean, this to be in a position where Gray Withers looking very, very, very likely to be forced, but almost had that in off last. And there's been lots of opportunities for this team. This looks like the call to sort of just freeze to that back one and try to make a shot difficult here for Plett, but this has to be pretty precise to get the desired outcome.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of know, hey, this is not going to be a blank end. I'm kind of going to be forced to one, so I might as well try and get my draw weight, or ensure I still have my draw weight, and 2, make as difficult a shot for Myla Plett as I possibly can.
Bronze medalist at the World University Games last year. As mentioned, 1-1 so far in this event. Really chasing the win here against Team Plett is Serena Gray Withers. The call is to come right to that one at the back 8, but the sweepers are on this pretty early. Really digging in to try to see if they can get a few feet out of it.
Yeah, it's going to be shot by the looks of it, just going to over curl.
Tough outcome as we see Plett with lots of options to get rid of this. Different outcomes. Yeah, a chance to get a force, and then, as we mentioned, I know earlier, just have the, really take the hammer back, so to speak, and just have one hammer reach the 7th and 8th. Down 1, still lots of game left. They have certainly crawled back in this game.
Well, I joked with you, in between ends there, after Plett makes that great shot in the 5th end, and it just feels like it's Team Grey Withers 3 and Myla Plett 3.
Certainly been saving their rear end. So easy removal of this red stone here. Looks pretty good, and we will have a force for Serena Grey Withers on her last. So a chance to come right down anywhere in the white should be enough. And yeah, what a change of fortunes here coming into the 7th and 8th ends. Still need to make the shot, but to be up by 1 with a 1 hammer each. And you're already kind of saying off camera, this will likely go 8 ends. It might even go 9 now.
Hey.
I'm just warning everybody, just a heads up. You might want to clear the docket,
Yes.
Final stone here in the 6th end. Serena Grey Withers, the skip.
Yeah, and she just threw this.
Good adjustment, and you just see that broom right down, that heavy clean from Lindsey Burgess. Looking to make no mistake on this one. Certainly have backing to that yellow rock as well in the back of the 8-foot. And they might just end up using it.
No, she's not going to use it. No, she's good.
Back 4, make it 4-3 for Serena Grey Withers. We will be back with the 7th end after this.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
And welcome back to the Saville Shootout, the Saville Center here in Edmonton, Alberta. Round robin play between Grey Withers and Plett. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you on the broadcast. We'll just take a quick look around the rink here at some other scores. Caitlin Laws, last time we checked in on that game against Nancy Hansen, she was down 3-1. Well, scored a 5 right after that and stole 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th to win 10-3. Quite a nice little rebound there for that team. One of the favorites in this event for sure. Another favorite in Tabitha Peterson. Managed to win their game 8-2 over Jessie Hunkin. And Kate Cameron, another team in this group, are up 6-4. They have the hammer against Amanda Slinsky. That is in the 7th end. So a really tight one there. Another tight one here with Taylor Reese-Hansen and Gracelyn Richards. Richards is up 5-4 with Taylor Reese-Hansen with the hammer in the 7th. As mentioned, these are games you can watch all weekend long here on this very YouTube channel. Meantime, switching back into this game. Plett back with the hammer for the first time in a minute. Has been kind of stealing her way back through this game. On a real opportunity now with one hammer each through the 8. Get back in control of this game, but as we mentioned several times here now, Terry, just some misses through the lineup that have really let this team down against obviously a Grey Withers team that is playing quite well.
Yeah. I mean, I think, now it's a question of Myla trying to see if she can potentially squeak out a blank end here. She obviously doesn't, I don't think, wants to be forced into taking one, but a blank would definitely be in her thoughts, I'm sure. And I'm sure Serena's trying to force her into the one. But as Sean and I were talking, I mean, he had a really good point. Sometimes when you're trying to force somebody into one, the opportunity arises for your opposition to really kind of put their hands around your neck and score a 3. So it'll be interesting just to see kind of where this goes and how it unfolds, to see if a blank is potentially in play.
Team Plett throwing yellow stones. They have the hammer and they have a rock just on the edge of the 8-foot. Lindsay Burgess throwing second stones here for Team Grey Withers. A really nice carve there. Zoe Cinnamon bringing that rock all the way over as it now rolls just out of play. Oh, it will hold on.
Oh,
yeah. A little lighter in the back 12. That is a pretty nice result.
Yeah, because if she gets that out, I mean, you peel this and that blank's looking so much easier, I guess. But she's lined this up to the point where I'm sure a blank is in her thinking.
Let's rip this guard here for Chloe Farouk out of Edmonton. And makes no mistake on that one, easily clearing that stone out. Of course, the men are also in action at this event here at the Saville Shootout. A couple really close games here in this very ice shed. Uta Guzens and Ryland Kleider 6-5 with the Dutch team with the lead. Kleider does have the hammer going into the 8th. In the meantime, Jordan McDonald is down 6-4 to Cameron DeYoung of Victoria, BC. Kleider and McDonald certainly favorites in this event on the men's side. Both teams playing quite well. I believe Jordan McDonald is undefeated going into this game, so 12-1 and 9-7, some decent wins so far. Another exciting young team. Did quite well in the U25 Next Gen Classic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, lost in the finals. I did their first game that they won 12-1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Pretty well played?
By one team.
No, they certainly are a squad that's another up-and-coming one, certainly the male equivalent of these two sides and what they're bringing to the sport, and certainly a really, really not only promising team, but quite competitive out of the gate as well. They're managing to hit above their weight class, so to speak. Chloe Faduk again here. Another hit on the outside, and they will just nick it. It'll be enough to get it a play.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't trying to maybe carve that a bit.
Both teams getting a little lost, and especially out towards the wings. How much rocks are going to curl?
Well, we're down to Vice and Skip rocks, and certainly Gray Withers would just love to keep trying to force this into a push where Plett's going to have to take one. On the other hand, Plett's hoping that they can group the rocks a little bit closer and either get a shot at a double or have potentially a hit and roll out by Team Gray Withers. Nice separation here.
Certainly keeping some pressure on here as Plett just looks behind just to ensure that that red rock is indeed there and the double is possible.
Yeah, the thing about these steep ones is you can only hit a fraction of the rock there, and I don't know why, but you see more fans on these than you do makes.
Sweeping hard to keep this straight to get a thin enough chunk, and it will roll well out of play. So I think we've sort of seen how the rest of the end is going to go.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been ideal if, the Netawin rock there had have, stayed on the rings over there somewhere.
It's now Catherine Clifford's turn to make this draw across center line and out towards the wings. Of course, Plett's forced, then Gray Withers only needs a single on the last end, although they've really been trying for triples and quadruples through this game so far, so they'll have to switch gears and play defensively if this end does go their way.
Yeah, well, I don't wish a miss on either team. I mean, it would have been interesting to see if that had have been short and, for all intents and purposes, a corner guard, whether Plett would have chosen to come around it or, geez, you just want to stay on one of these and get the rock over there. We happen to have people watching from all over the place. Washington State, Hamilton. Prescott, Ontario. Wow.
Oh, very nice. Much appreciate everybody tuning in for this game and the games all weekend here at the Saville Center. It's early on in. Oh, you sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir.
I was going to say it's early on in the season, but as we know, with the Olympics coming in February, this is very much a sort of a truncated curling season. So we're going to see lots of good curling, really top level stuff earlier and earlier in the fall. I guess this is technically the summer too, but you know, we're going to see a lot more action on Curling Zone and elsewhere through the next couple weeks and months. Gray Withers making that double as steep as ever and forcing Plett to take it on again. Yeah, what a crucial shot that was, just having that red stone stick around, just biting the back 12. That is just inches away from a completely different end entirely. Myla Plett, she's had quite the game so far. If you're just joining us, lots of clutch draws, shooting against a lot of red stones consistently, end over end, and has had lots of tricks up her sleeve. This might be one of the tougher shots she's had, though, even with that clutch draw to the back button, as this double does not look easy, but just with how she's playing, you wouldn't put it past her. Little out turn hit here inside out. Desperate to keep this straight again. And this looks almost closer to her nose.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, next time we see Team Plett, it may be throwing Lost Rocks Myla Houdini.
I like that one. Gray Withers just with the hit, I guess, just dead nose, and it should be pretty straightforward, I guess. Yeah, they'll be just got to keep the shooter in, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah.
Force Plett to the draw into the force. And again, if you're just joining us, you know, Gray Withers just really aggressive, lots of rocks in play, lots of rocks in the rings, and really applying a lot of pressure, but just that shot and a half away from really putting the game to bed earlier on. But credit to Team Plett, they have held in, and they're certainly making this fellow Albertan side make the shots they need to stay in the game. Final stone here from the skipper. Following a similar path, and they will just nose a little inside roll. It won't change the trajectory too much here for Plett, who has a chance to just hit and stick, take the one, and look for a steal in the 8th.
Yeah, she wants to bear down on this. I mean, I know you. It looks routine. It should be routine, but I mean, sometimes you get in the hack and you go, well, I can afford to, you know, roll a little bit to the inside, and next thing you know, you're rolling to the inside all right. You're rolling out the rings.
Final stone here in the 7th end. Myla Plett looking to score her one. Boom, right down, nice and easy.
Yeah, nice controlled weight.
Yeah, really nice and easy to manage for the sweepers. So put that one on the board beside Team Plett. The game is tied going into the 8th, and Serena Gray Withers will have the advantage with last rock when we come back.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Holman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
And welcome back to Edmonton, Alberta, the Saville Shootout, the Saville Center here, round robin play. Team Serena Gray Withers and Team Myla Plett. This one has gone right down to the wire. Marty Thompson and Terry Corbin with you. Terry, this has been quite a slugfest, and we are now wrapping up here with the 8th end. And Serena Gray Withers, I think quite rightfully, deserved to have the hammer at the end, but as we've seen, Myla Plett, especially the skip, can pull something out and really put the pressure on if she's given a chance at the last stone.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, again, we start the end. It's critical that you get it. You get a short rock and a long rock touching the center line, and they got the short rock. It's touching the center line, and independent of Team Gray Withers throwing a rock into the rings, Team Plett doesn't care because they've got their own agenda.
They certainly do. A quick look.
Better.
Yeah, quite key this second shot here for Team Plett.
Not going to get it lined up with his, which is a little unfortunate, but it just makes that double peel at some point more doable.
Ali Iskew throwing lead stones here for Team Plett. And so the come around, I guess, from Zoe Cinnamon. Some really similar shots from her through the first 7 ends of this game, the 8th included, just loading up that middle of the house.
Wow, this is way out there.
A rare miss here, sitting just a little wide. What do you see as Plett's main objective here so far? Try to tap that back, I guess? Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, again, I think the more you can kind of control the front right now, the better off you are. I mean, you got both. You got an in both ways. So I guess I'm a little hesitant to be going in this early.
Chloe Fadouk throwing second stones here for Team Plett. semifinalists at the U25 Next Gen Classics. They'll be playing in the pre-trials in October. Big sweep here from Melissa Nedwin, just trying to keep this rock off that guard. And they do get a little chisel, but it ends up working out. Gray Withers just make sure she doesn't get into too much trouble here.
I mean, you kind of knew that Serena was going to, peel the front. I mean, you were never going to prevent her from peeling, but
Lindsay Burgess. Cousin Carly, also another high-level curler. And looks like the double peel is not on, but still removed the top stone.
yeah, getting these things lined up is, if you could walk it down center line, almost straight in line with the one that is there, and very high.
This is Team Plett's final round robin game. A win would certainly be enough to take this to the playoffs, but Serena Gray Withers will be back in action tonight, 8:45 p.m. Mountain Time. Be taking on Amanda Slinsky. That game will be available live on this very YouTube channel. So make yellow go away here for Gray Withers.
Yeah, they have to be a little careful here if they're playing that double peel. I mean, you could easily run that yellow one into the red.
Bit of a straight through release there.
Just one. That's fine.
We do know what Plett as a skip, her strong suit has been just that draw game, finding that weight perfect, and obviously the line has been good as we see Nedwin finding a little hair. Classic, been there. Just knowing what she's able to throw in this end, at least with replacing the guards and making sure that she'll have that lane in there. That's so far a job well done for her team. They need to steal this win here. This will be their third. Looking to go 3-1. Sweepers intimating this rock's a little heavy. Interesting placement there, just lying dead on. Looks like there'll be a bit of separation, but really ripe opportunity for Gray Withers. Clifford with a big movement of granite. Wow, an easy looking triple. That was quite the shot. Made it look easy just because the rocks were just sailing right away. Let's take another look at this.
Yeah. I mean, that's unfortunate that that thing came that deep because she touched 4 rocks. Now the steel's starting to look a little less likely, or even a good chance.
So let's focus on putting that center up and look to have something to draw in behind.
Yeah, you're going to be down to 2 rocks. Really, nothing suitable to use. So I guess you need to start to think if you come down to the back one, she plows them all out. Yeah, you kind of hope, and then you got to decide what you want to do with your last one.
Well, lots of red rocks. 2 in the house at the end, and that's really just been the story of the game here for Team Grey Withers. Really well-placed rocks, difficult to move, difficult to manage for this Plett side that certainly had their fair share of misses, but had their fair share of decent shots.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see what she called, but I'm assuming with the ice, she called the a short one. But I mean, like I say, I might be tempted to go try and play the freeze down to the one of the behind the tee line. Hope that Team Grey Withers spills them all, and then my decision is: do I go around that one that's above the tee line? Do I hit it and let her hit it for an open hit for the win? Like, you just don't have any good options here. So it's trying to make the best out of a, as they say, a shitty situation.
Rock is rolling in here to that nice short guard position as mentioned. Must be looking for a jam or something, but
yeah, I honestly don't understand, why you don't look at something else. Like, you've replaced a rock that they've just, thrown at and made it quite successfully.
so remove this stone for the skipper here and really force her opponent to make something pretty precise.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple of that, especially a couple of those instances, especially earlier on the game where Team Plett just tried to do that little freeze and just look a little knock off of it and a little open, and Grey Withers certainly made them pay. A simple little peel there. And so that is the call. You're right, Terry. Just trying to come back to that red and be shot, be frozen, and force her opponent skip to make something difficult here for the win.
Yeah, but they, again, the fact that they have that catcher there in the 8 foot, like, I just would have liked to seen her throw this on her first one.
Yeah, it also doesn't hurt to give yourself, another chance, like give yourself 2 chances to make something really good, and or at least learn that ice too, if that shot was ever available again. But Myla Plett, certainly the star of this game so far, that clutch draw to the button against some major pressure earlier on. And this is just another clutch shot that she is certainly within range of completing. This one will need to come up just a bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not going to be frozen the way you'd want it frozen.
So taken off the side here. Gray Withers with a chance to go 2-1 with a shot here, removing this yellow stone. As mentioned, they started with an 8-3 loss to the Wang Chinese side, but came back with a big win against Kate Cameron. Looking for 2 wins today to ensure a spot in the playoffs. Of course, with this shot, Plett would drop to 2-2. Final stone here in the 8th end. Serena Gray Withers with the game in her hand. Remove this yellow stone and take what is certainly would be a well-earned win considering how they played. They will earn that. They score 3 just for fun at the end to make that final. Terry, any final thoughts of this game as we see the handshake?
No, I mean, it was, it had its moments of yeesh, and it had its moments of wow. So I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I'm just hoping that, you know, in a debrief that they do talk about that 8th and Myla Plett's team and, you know, how they could have made that maybe a little bit more difficult for Team Gray Withers. But Gray Withers and her team, they certainly, I think, you know, were the better team. So congratulations to them, and good luck moving forward.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And on behalf of Terry, Rory, myself, thank you so much for a great broadcast. We will see you later on tonight and throughout this weekend from the Saville Shootout. Thanks for tuning in.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
It's a lot.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.